Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God. Do you think I could hear like 5 seconds of sound therapy just for a second?
Well, it's.
You don't have to. You definitely don't have to.
I have to like kind of concentrate
Yeah,
a little bit.
totally.
And just kind of like we're outside right now.
I'm going to try and relax my energy as well.
Blood red! Blood red! And that's how we got our $2 million. So
Hey,
we bought houses,
yeah.
cash, everything. We bought our cars, our motorcycles, our house, everything, brand new house, everything.
Do all these owners know how many dogs you're walking with them at the same time?
Yes.
And they trust you why?
Very good question. I'm speechless. I don't know.
Hello. Yo. Hey. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a pretty long time since I've posted. I kind of just got sick of making podcasts that I feel like had no real significance to a lot of people. So I just kind of stopped. But I always knew I was going to be coming back to it just with a better idea. And so after such a long time, I came up with the brilliant, original idea of interviewing strangers. I'm sure you've never seen someone do this before. For this episode, I decided to conduct my interviews in Prospect Park. And I chose Prospect Park because, one, it's my favorite park in the city, and two, it's because I really thought in Prospect Park I'd be able to find people in their moment, just chilling, relaxing, and having like time to actually talk to me, and I'm not like bothering them or like rushing them on the street. And you'll probably see throughout this whole video, I was extremely nervous. Doing this for the first time, I obviously never considered myself like the greatest interviewer in the world beforehand, but doing it on the street with people you're just meeting really like humbles you and puts you down to earth about how well you can ask questions on the spot. But that fear that I had going into all of this, like I know is the right feeling I should be having. And I want to keep putting myself in these situations where I'm just extremely afraid and I have no idea what I'm doing and I just have to adapt on the spot, because that's how I think I'm going to grow the most. Anyways, guys, let me show you the first conversation or first experience I want to show you. It's probably the best one I had, and it was with Boshko. Now, the day I met Boshko, I was like really struggling. My friend had helped me film like 4 or 5 interviews prior. This day, I was just all out of my own. I was just filming this on my phone. I tried doing it the day prior and just looked at everyone and didn't even say a word. And so this day, I was like super determined. I was gonna find someone. I was gonna make sure I at least like ask them if they want to do this. And when I was walking into the park that day, I had my headphones on, and Boshko almost kind of like runs into me with his bike. Like immediately I was like, okay, this guy is interesting. Like there is something different about him just from his European kind of bike. Hi, so what was your name?
Boshko.
Boshko. Little bit I learned about Boshko. Boshko's from Belgrade, Serbia.
Exactly.
And you came to the U.S. when you went to college in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. That's what landed me in the U.S. And I had to look up where Louisville, Kentucky was because I didn't know. I just got a letter that that's where I got to go to school. And I was like, okay.
Wait, so what year did you went to Louisville?
Yeah, I went to Louisville. I was there for 6 years for school. Yeah.
That's actually such a crazy coincidence. Growing up, I was a huge fan of the Louisville basketball team.
Oh, yeah. They're big.
Yeah?
Yeah, Rick Pitino was
Yes.
at the time the coach.
Yeah, what years did you go?
I landed there in 98.
Mm-hmm.
So I was there from 98 to 04, and
Yeah.
that's when I moved to New York.
And basketball is actually a huge sport in Serbia too, right?
Yes. We have a lot of good basketball players, and we just won some championship. I forget, Like a few.
The
a
year
few weeks.
prior, you won, I think, the World Cup.
Yeah.
And then now...
It was some European championship.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what it was, but
Yeah.
I was reading everybody was like cheering, and when the basketball players came, they were like kind of like an equivalent to City Hall, and
Yeah.
everybody was like, kind of freaking out, and they had a big welcome by the people.
At the start of it, I just had like awkward conversation with Boshko about sports. That's totally a thing I do in conversations when I don't know exactly what to say yet. Definitely does not always hit. I think we really hit like a stride and a pocket in the conversation when I asked Boshko about his husband. How about any American entertainment? Is there any entertainment you've seen since being in America? You're like, wow, like this is on a whole other scale.
Oh, yeah. Because so my husband is in PR entertainment for music.
Okay.
And he, through him, like, he takes me to a lot of, like, concerts and things that I would never, like, go to otherwise myself.
Yeah.
And I have to say one of the top ones were up there is Dolly Parton.
Hey,
Forest Hills a
Yes.
couple of summers ago, or it was pre-pandemic. We saw Toni Braxton in Jersey.
Oh my God.
Atlantic City. That was amazing.
Yeah.
What else is up there? Oh yeah, and we saw. She was cool. We saw Patti LaBelle at King's Theater.
Wow, that's amazing. So wait, how'd you meet your husband? You met your husband in the U.S.?
Yeah, we met online. Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
Where was your first date?
At an Indian restaurant in Prospect Lefferts Garden.
Oh, okay. And was it love from the first moment you met him?
I wouldn't call it that, but I had a feeling that he's a keeper.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What made you feel that way?
There's something just like really kind about like
Yeah.
his face and like his smile and like his demeanor.
Are you a big energy person? You're big off just energy you feel from people?
That's so funny that you ask. Well, I started like a new career almost 5 years ago now in Reiki and sound healing, which is like energy work.
Sound healing?
Yeah.
Can you describe that to me?
So a lot of people use instruments to do it, like crystal bowls or gongs or sort of like a lot of instruments like a shruti box, which is an Indian instrument.
Yeah.
And you kind of like make these environments where it's a little bit like, think of like yoga studio where people go and lie on mats and then you kind of do a little bit of a guided meditation and music. So I'm partly interested in that, but you can also, the course that I took, you can use it with a human voice.
Whoa.
The human voice has like properties. It's done on a very intuitive level.
Mm-hmm.
And Reiki is a Japanese touch therapy that, you know, you're kind of like on a massage table and you, with your hands, you go down the body through certain like energy centers.
Whoa.
They follow the path of acupuncture, like the meridian centers.
Yeah.
So
I immediately had the thought of like, if he did this on the podcast, this would be like the best thing ever. But I wanted Boshko to feel like comfortable doing this. I didn't want him to just do it thinking like, I'm going to make fun of him later, you know? There's something in the human voice. What is it? What are you trying to target with people? What are you trying to make them experience?
So it's kind of like you're trying to kind of tap into, I usually do it in a group setting, although I've done it one-on-one. You're just kind of like trying to tap what we called like the energy field, because, you know, we have this like human body and it ends at the end of our skin, but there are like layers of energetic bodies that we don't see that are like around us. Like, you know, when you're like stressed or whatever, you'll feel like that there are like vibrations around you that are not your physical body, but that's our different layers of us. You know, some people call it aura, some people call it energy, some people call it, you know, there are different names for it, but they're definitely layers of us that go beyond the physical body. And it's like vibration, and sound is vibration. So through sound healing, whether it's voice or different instruments, you're able to balance like our energies that are sometimes out of whack. And the way that we live our life, especially in New York City, sometimes it's most of the time out of whack. Yeah. Because we don't take time to take care of ourselves or go be in the sunshine for 30 minutes or you know what I mean?
No, of course. Especially with phones and technology today, it's impossible. Yeah. So is the sound you're making, is it like a preset thing? Is it like a
no,
or are you feeling the energy
I'm feeling
of the
person?
energy.
What's preset sometimes is like even that's not preset. Like I always have in the background something, whether it's a crystal bowl or a shruti box, but it will be whatever I'm like feeling. However, I see that sometimes I produce similar kind of sounds that are maybe reminiscent of nature or whatever, but it will never actually be completely the same because you're different that day.
Do you think I could hear like 5 seconds of sound therapy just for a second?
Well, it's.
You don't have to. You definitely don't have to.
I would have to kind of concentrate
Yeah,
a little bit.
totally.
Just kind of like we're outside right now.
Yeah, no. I'm going to try and relax my energy as well. Yeah, I can hold it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got it? Okay. I'm going to just increase the sensitivity. Wow. People might not understand. I was entranced right there. You have no idea. I was putting my head back. That was amazing. I can totally see the benefits of that. That's beautiful.
And it's actually really amazing that because you were wearing headphones.
Yes.
So like if people like hear it, it's
Yeah.
all about the quality of the sound and stuff.
No,
But,
that was in my ears. I felt that. That was real. I was thinking about the energy I was giving out. I didn't obviously want to stress you out either. I was thinking about the energy I was giving out as well. It completely calmed me right there.
and I was
I
trying
swear.
actually to calm myself down as
Yeah,
well. To
yeah.
Kind of, but you actually gave me now like an idea of like with headphones and stuff. Maybe
could be
like
amazing.
Induce like something with it.
No, I'll get your information. I'll put you on to this audio mixer, these mics. Like, I think it'd be really beneficial because even when that plane went by, I was like, oh, maybe this is going to mess it up a little bit.
But it
didn't
matter.
in the slightest.
I was also like, okay, it's in the background and stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
That did relax me a lot in that moment. I don't know if I was just so happy that it was happening right then, but like I really felt like I had like a real clear mind. After the interview, Boshko gives me his number. He says he does sessions like this all the time and that I should come join him for one of them. So I took him up on it. It was at this part of Greenpoint I had never been to before. It was right by the water with kind of all these huge factory looking buildings, and it was kind of like dark out. Like I was a little bit suspicious at first of like where I was going. And so the woman that was hosting the event that hired Boshko to come, I think, apparently it was like her floor. She had made all this like really, really interesting looking art that I was just observing for a while. Like I had never seen like kind of humans depicted that way. And then we did the whole session in like a teepee that was in the middle of the room. It was insane. There was like candles all in the center. We lit it up and we started out by just doing all these drills. Like it kind of just got us all like very comfortable. Eventually we put our heads around the candles and then Boshko did his performance. And so all it was like different frequencies and like heat that came over your body and Reiki that just kind of tickled your brain. at the start of it, I was trying to like think I was gonna try and like feel something, and like there was just gonna be this like revelation or experience I was gonna feel, but then I just ended up just kind of just blacking out. And I think that was kind of the purpose of it. I didn't have a single thought for a good 20 minutes, I wanna say. And when I got up, like, I just forgot where I was. You know, I just completely forgot any of this had happened. I forgot that we were in this teepee. I felt relaxed. I definitely felt way more relaxed, and it felt like I had just gone through something. It was fun. We all talked about it after, and one guy brought up like a really great point that I want to share with you guys. It's really interesting, and we think about just how words, how they can touch you and make you feel things and evoke emotion, but we don't think about how frequency and sound, particularly, how frequency can have that same effect. The fact that there are people out there that use frequency specifically in order to heal others and help people decompress from their day-to-day lives, like, I think that is so beautiful. I had no idea this existed, and I'm so grateful I do. I think this is such a creative way in helping people. Now, Luis was like the very first person I interviewed in total. Like, I was so nervous for this. He was just the first person I even tried talking to. I was so nervous that the entire time I forgot to press record on my audio mixer, so I got none of the audio on the mics. Thank God it's still like kind of like legible, like you can still hear what he's saying from the camera audio.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta stand at the radar, son. I think child support's after me.
Oh shit.
No, I don't. No,
You did. But this is your. So you told me this is your first time back in the city after 20 years.
After, yes, I was born and raised here. I was born in Red Hook, one of the baddest.
Hey.
And then I moved over here, 17th Street, Park Slope, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Shout out to my peoples in Park Slope, Brooklyn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Long story short, my wife and I. Oh, this is funny, because this deals with DMX. May he rest his soul, rest in peace. So her husband was a music installer and a stash box installer for cars. DMX bought him an Impala, brand new Impala. I forget what year it was. Well, it was before. I got with my girl in 2000, about around 2001. So it was probably around 99. And he brought the car over to 20th Street where he was living for now. And then he got allergic to the material that he cut into the car. Went to the hospital, but they didn't know what the problem was. So they just kept giving him meds and stuff like that. Eventually this guy dies. And then my wife wasn't feeling right about it. And so she paid the 20 grand to have his body exhumed, and found out that the hospital had over-medicated him and OD'd him.
Oh, shoot.
Yep. And that's how we got our $2 million. So,
Hey.
Damn.
you know, DMX is lucky he's dead because I was coming out there. No, I'm only playing. Actually, DMX is my favorite rapper. I was just playing him on my music. You know, that last song, Blood Red. Blood Red! Blood Red!
That story just, I didn't even really fully understand it when he first told it to me, but like listening to it back, like that is just so crazy that happened. He just had so many stories and such an interesting life. Like, he is the definition of someone that you can't judge a book by its cover.
My friends, that's what's pissing me off. The friends and the people that I grew up with, they're still doing the same fucking shit out here.
Really?
Still
So
standing
you
on the
stayed in
corner.
contact with all these people?
For the most part, yeah, but that was the thing. I got back and it was like, oh, now you want to say hi to me, or now you want to say what's up to me. But on Facebook, when I was trying to shout out, nobody was saying nothing. But now that I'm here and I got money and I'm the fun guy and I'm the guy that people want to hang with, because it used to be boring out here. Now y'all want to chill with me.
Because now it's fun. Now you can do a lot of shit in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Now you
especially
can-
when they legalize weed. Nigga,
Yeah.
it's fucking crazy. Nigga. Like, bro, even
What's
in
the type of shit going on? What are they asking you to do and shit?
you know, get them drugs.
Right.
They don't want to smoke weed. They want to fucking smoke crack and shoot
Right.
open all that shit.
Right.
You know, perks, pills. Everybody's into the pill thing now. Like, and then you got the fentanyl shit going on.
Yeah.
But
That's a big issue. You think they're just putting the fentanyl on a ton of weed and shit?
they're putting it in everything. But they are putting it in everything. It's coming from fucking Mexico and China and all this shit. You know? But it's being put in everything. Me as a veteran, as an OG to drugs, I've done just about every drug there is except shooting anything. I don't do nothing with shooting in the days.
Yeah.
Like, no, smoke my weed, sniff some coke, You know, whatever the party situation calls for. Ecstasy, Special K, but now it's different. Now you have to be careful.
Yeah.
So anybody out there listening, listen, I'm not advocating for you guys to wild out like me. I do want you guys to be careful if you're gonna do drugs because the fentanyl is killing people.
Yeah.
And these dealers don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about your money.
And meeting Luis was awesome because he has a deeper relationship with Brooklyn than I do. And especially like a place like this that's changing every single day. It's so important to like know who built this community, the communities that still exist there, like what was happening in this place before you even got there, because you got to respect those things. Next up was Linda. Now, I gotta say, out of all my interviews, I think I performed the worst in this one. Obviously, when you see someone walking 20 dogs in a park and I'm trying to make this entertaining video, like I have to go up to her. I had to do it. However, the second I put the mic in front of her face, I had no idea what I really wanted to ask. No questions like popped into my mind. What's your name? Linda. Linda, nice to meet you. How did you get into this? How are you?
I worked for an ambulance company.
Yeah.
And I hurt my knee. I tore my knee up.
Yeah.
And
then you started walking 20 dogs?
with 2 dogs.
With 2 dogs.
22 years ago.
Oh my God. So it just grew from your relationship with 2 dogs to doing all this?
Yep.
Do all these owners know how many dogs you're walking with them at the same time?
Yes.
And they trust you why?
Very good question. I'm speechless. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you a Jets fan? You heard about the Aaron Rodgers news? Oh my God, that was tragic.
I watched it.
Yeah?
Can we get a name?
Yeah, can we go through all the dogs?
Give me a second.
Yeah. Do your thing. I can only understand, can only imagine. One question I should have asked is, how does she pick up the poop? If one of them poops, like it's clipped. Next question, maybe it would have been a little bit personal, but I could have asked her how much money she makes off it. I did the math. She really could be making like 6 figures plus, deservedly.
But you know, I usually keep smaller dogs in my right hand and the bigger dogs on the carabiner. But
Okay.
yeah, it kind of works. But as you noticed, I have a couple of big dogs in my right hand.
Yeah, absolutely. How are they also? What's your relationship with each of these dogs? Are you meeting any of them for the first time now?
No. Nope. They've been with me for a while. Mishka has been with me for the shortest amount of time.
Yeah.
She's been with me for about 2 weeks.
Oh my God. And so, how many different breeds of dogs are there here? Like.
Well, as you've noticed, they're mostly doodles.
Yeah.
which is eagle-like in this area.
Yeah.
It's the eagle of Park Slope. It's
Oh my God.
doodles are the doodles. Lots of doodles and 1 poodle.
Who's the biggest drama queen here?
Kiwi. Kiwi's the biggest drama
Kiwi?
queen right there. Yeah, the blue eye, the brown
Oh,
eye. Yeah.
Can you
She's
get a
the
shot of Kiwi? Oh.
yeah, she's the biggest drama queen.
Wow. And then who's the nicest dog?
You know what? They're all pretty nice.
Aw.
Gotta be. If you're not nice,
Yeah.
I can't bring you with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That watch your back. So what's this for?
We're just doing a little podcast. Do you have anything we could shout out? Anything? No? Yeah.
We've been walking for about 2 hours, which keeps them
Holy
much better,
crap.
much calmer.
Oh my God.
See, here's one of my best friends in the park.
Press for this
Right
lady?
here.
Yeah, more press.
More
enough.
press. He's laughing because I was in the Times.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fun.
Linda, you're a superhero. I don't know how you do this.
I don't know about that, but
No, I know it's funny.
I can't sing and dance, so this is
Hey,
it.
I'll get out of here.
Uh-oh.
I'll get out of your way, but thank you so much for your time.
Gentlemen, have a great day, all right?
Linda is just this person that feeds out positive energy for a living. Anyone that even like glanced at her on the street, noticed her on the street, she would just give this infectious smile to back. I really think there's like a select few people in the world that can do that job. And the fact that she is just like this incredibly positive person, she just adds a little bit to everyone's day that sees her, you know? If you just nod at her, you smile at her, she'll give it right back to you. Like, takes a special person to do that. I think way more special than people realize. And so shout out to Linda. If you want to watch the full interviews for all of these, as embarrassing as I kind of seem in them, check them out. I'm going to make another channel where I post all these interviews that I have in full. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. I'm going to try and get more creative with this as I go. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching this whole thing. You're the best. Subscribe if you haven't. And peace. Bye.